Welcome to the Angel Empowerment Show from I Can't to I Can with your hosts, Cindy Smith, and co-hosts, Deb, Nola, and Sam. In this show, airing every Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific Time, gain more insight and practical, intuitive tools to bring more clarity and purpose into your daily life. You can listen or be involved in live professional angel card readings on transformationtalkradio.com so you can heal, thrive, and grow in your life. And you'll experience it all with 4 of the best in the field. The Angel Empowerment Show starts now.
Welcome, everyone, to the Angel Empowerment Show on Transformation Talk Radio. I'm Nola Peacock, and I'm delighted to be with Deb Weinberger tonight. Welcome, Deb.
Hi, everyone.
So we are excited, and I think I can say we because we talked about this yesterday, about doing this show and talking about guardian angels. But before we get started, I just wanted to share for any parents that are listening, and maybe your child is having difficulty sleeping, or maybe having night terrors, or anxious with trying new things. Things like that Deb and I run a workshop for kids called Honoring Our Sensitive Kids, and teach them about their angels and how to ask for support and different ways to handle their emotions, and often get them sleeping better. Yeah. So Deb, do you want to share anything else about that? And before we...
Yeah. So what is unique about our program is not only do we work with children, so there is an adult component that's where we've worked with Cindy Smith on developing a webinar that is sent to the parents prior to the class to watch, as well as an adult manual. And the purpose of that is it's teaching you what we're teaching your children. But not only that, it's also giving you insight on how to best support your child, which is so important in understanding and supporting them through their journey as they're learning to navigate their emotions and handle their sensitivities. Our children are coming in so enlightened and so connected that I believe this is where a lot of the anxieties are coming in. And let's face it, our world is not what it was like 30 years ago, 40 years ago. There is a lot going on. So in our program, we're building a community. We're building, children are meeting other children. And so they're realizing they're not alone. And I think that's huge for them to be able to share in a safe space some of their experiences. And the next workshop coming up is online. And the beautiful thing about that is that we can reach children that aren't in our area. During COVID, that's when we started going online. And I still remember one little girl from Saskatchewan, in a farm in Saskatchewan. We wouldn't have been able to teach her. And she was such a joy. I just, so we get to meet some pretty amazing children. Having said that, Nola and I both teach from our home. So if you feel that your child would benefit better from in person, and you are in our area, so I'm in Airdrie and Nola's in Okotoks, Calgary's right in between us. So we are, between the two of us, we are pretty central, I guess. But we would be more than happy to organize a workshop. Just reach out to us, and we'll do it for a couple of children. And if we have a date that you like, then we'll advertise, and we'll see if any other children want to join us. We just want to reach as many kids as we can. So we're willing to work with your schedule as well. So
yeah, just reach out and let us know. So the next online one is April 15th. I'm excited about that. And you can register for that. You can go to nola-peacock.com and look on there. And also I invite you to follow me on Instagram at Confident Happy Families, because I have another 6-week program coming up for kids as well, just to empower them. I think we need to help these children. They're going to be our leaders in the future, and we want them to be compassionate and think critically and right and feel supported. So
Yep.
And Deb, how do they get a hold of you if they want?
My website is onawinghealing.com. My Instagram is on_at_wing_healing_. I don't know why, but it is on Instagram. And I also wanted to say what we really found that when children have taken our workshop, they always want to know what's next. So Nola and I now have a what's next. So we're excited to be launching level 2. So that is, I don't have it up on my website yet, but I think Nola, you have it up on yours, correct?
I do. Yeah.
Go there for registering. It's probably easier if they're just registered from one spot. And yes, we're very excited to be offering a level 2. We go a little bit deeper. We introduce 2 different angels. They get a crystal that they can infuse with the angel energy for the angels we work with. And of course, level 1, they get to meet their guardian angel like we're going to do this evening. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to be doing the level 2 with children.
Me too. All right. Well, now let's get on to our topic tonight. So guardian angels. So for those of you who aren't familiar with angels, a guardian angel has never been in physical form. So sometimes people think their guardian angel is someone who's crossed over, a loved one, and those are our guardian spirits. And a guardian angel has, as I said, has never been in physical form. Everyone, from the moment you are born until you cross over, your guardian angel is with you. And most of us have more than one, right? And but it's so lovely to know that you are, you're never alone. And I think really all you need to do is just think, right? I mean, anytime that you've thought, I need help, right? You're actually calling on your guardian angel or angels. But getting to connect with your guardian angel and get to know them a little is kind of fun. So Deb, I know that you've talked about your experience. For me, I was a late bloomer. I wasn't open to this, non-physical stuff until, much later. And I think back to when especially my daughter was younger. It's like, oh my goodness, I wish I had known this stuff. I wish I'd had the workshop that we offer. But I didn't. So, but I know you, right? You started.
Before I tell my story, the other thing I wanted to mention why it's so important to know that our guardian angels have never been in human form is that because they've never been in human form, we are taught that they have no ego. What that means is there's never judgment, ever. They'll support you in any way. There's no mistakes. There's only lessons. They will never be angry. They will never turn their back, and they will never leave you, no matter what. And we kids will often say to us, well, what if it's a horrible person and they've committed a crime? The guardian angels are still there to support them and hoping that they'll learn their lessons. They may be sighing in the background going, oh my goodness, here we go again. But they are there. They're there to support you no matter what. And the other thing that I find fascinating, because I had done a workshop, I can't even remember who facilitated it, but I attended as a participant. And I was gifted a guardian angel when I became a young widow. So there are times in your life where you need the extra support, and you may be assigned another additional guardian angel. And once that angel is assigned to you, they will never leave you. So just know that if you need extra support too, you'll be assigned. Anyway, so I loved that idea. I loved that because I really felt like I had extra support at that time. I mean, I had so much family support too, but it was different. So anyway.
And I love knowing that there's no judgment, right? Because sometimes when we mess up, we think, oh my goodness, right? But knowing that somebody's got our back, right? Someone's got our back, no matter what, is beautiful.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, not just for children, but for adults too. So important to know they will never turn their back on you. But yeah, growing up, I grew up Catholic. So I don't know if this is a Catholic thing or not, to be honest. I should ask my mom sometime, but I was very fearful at night. And me as well. I wish I knew what I know now. But I did know about my angels, my guardian angels, and I'll remember. And this is what I think. I think it's a Catholic prayer, but I remember the prayer so well. And it's angel of God, my guardian dear, to whom God love commits me here. Ever this day be at my side, to light, to guard, to rule and guide. And I love that prayer. And I would say it over and over and over again with my head covered because I was so fearful in the dark. And I realize now I was empathic and I was just so sensitive and I didn't know about shielding and protecting and but I knew to call in my guardian angels with this beautiful prayer. So, and I still remember that prayer. But the other thing is, I remember my mom used to say to me, always leave room on the bench for your angel. So scoot on over and leave a little space for your angel. So I did that. I always felt that my angel needed a spot to sit beside me. We think of our little guardian angels maybe sitting on our shoulder, but it was always I scooted over a little bit. So even as a young girl, my mom taught me that my guardian angel was with me and would always be with me. Not to the depth that we teach now, but I knew I could count on them. So, yeah.
Oh, beautiful. And I love that. Yeah, your mom said, save a spot for your guardian angel.
Yeah.
A different way to grow up, right? Knowing more secure, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Beautiful. All right. Well, now we will invite our listeners to meet one of their guardian angels. And if you've connected with one, maybe you can connect with another one, or just maybe at a deeper level as we do this. So we're just going to do a guided meditation. So I would just invite our listeners to make yourself comfortable. And if you can, and this isn't an absolute, but, sit with your spine straight and your feet flat on the floor. And again, that's not an absolute. If you want to cross your legs or you're, laying down, that's fine too. And then when you feel ready, I want you to just gently close your eyes. And now I just want you to imagine tree roots growing from the bottom of your feet, going down into Mother Earth. And if you don't have your feet on the floor, just imagine a beautiful golden rope going down your spine and going down into Mother Earth, just to help ground you to Mother Earth's energy. And now let's take 4 nice deep breaths together. This can be any way you want. You can breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth if you want, or just normal breathing. And just feel yourself becoming more relaxed as you take these breaths. Sorry. Now I want you to imagine yourself just in your mind's eye going for a little walk. Maybe just walking along a grassy field. You may be barefoot and feeling the grass tickling your feet. And I want you to just notice in your mind's eye a beautiful meadow, lots of green grass and little flowers. And I want you to just notice that there are a couple beautiful chairs. I want you to imagine going and sitting in one of these chairs. And just making yourself comfortable. And for a moment, I just want you to notice what's around you. What color are those little flowers in the grass? Is the sky blue, or are there fluffy clouds floating by? You hearing anything? Maybe there's birds singing away. Maybe you hear running water in the distance. Maybe there's a little creek not far away. And just notice and just be in the moment. And now I would like you to invite one of your guardian angels to join you. You can do this just by thinking. And also know that, everybody has stronger strengths. So you may be somebody who's very visual and see things very clearly in your mind's eye. You may feel things in your body. You may feel, goosebumps or butterflies in your stomach. You may hear things or have thoughts coming through, or you may just have a sense of knowing. So whatever, is your strength, just use that, but also be open to other ways that your guardian angel comes through. So just imagine that you see this figure moving towards you and coming and joining you in the chair opposite. And just notice whether you're seeing maybe any colors or any symbols. Maybe you see your guardian angel clearly. And just allow, you don't have to force it, just allow and see what comes. And if you're someone who isn't usually visual, you may be surprised that now you get to see something in your mind's eye. And then notice if you're feeling anything. Maybe you feel a light brush, like a light touch of fingers or something on your arm, or feel something behind you. Just notice what your body's feeling. Just kind of notice from head to toe and see what's coming up. And you can ask your guardian angel if he or she has a message for you. And again, this could come just in your thoughts. Maybe there's a symbol. Maybe there's a heart just showing you how much you are loved. And just notice if there's any message. And also, you can ask your angel if they will share their name and maybe what they most love to support you with. And you may or may not get an answer right away, and that's okay. Just allow whatever is coming through to flow through to you. And also, you may just have a sense of knowing. For me, that's my strongest strength. And sometimes I just know when one of my angels is with me. And that's okay too. Just trust that knowing. Now, if there's anything else that you want to ask your guardian angel, you can do that now. And you may want to ask your guardian angel to give you a sign to let you know that he or she is near you. And you can choose. It could be feathers. It could be, I was going to say pennies, but at least in Canada, we don't have those anymore. So it could be a dime. Butterflies, whatever you choose, you can ask your angel to send you that symbol or sign to let you know that they are near. And then I'd like you to thank your guardian angel for being here with you now. And let him or her know that you will call on them more often now. And then I'd like you to imagine yourself getting up and starting to move back towards the room that you're currently in. Taking a couple of nice deep breaths. You can wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. And then when you're ready, you can open your eyes.
That was beautiful, Nola.
Thank you. Thank you. So, Deb, do you want to share anything? I know you've met your guardian angel before, but do you want to just share your experience?
Yeah. Well, what I would like to share is my very first time that I met one of my guardian angels, because I loved that you talked about asking for a sign. I didn't ask for a sign, but I had asked for a name. So this was 10 years ago, and his name was George. I was in a class, we were doing this, and I'll have to be honest, I was very disappointed. Everybody else had these real celestial names. Mine was George. But I think that was the teacher who said, just wait, just, watch for confirmation or something. So it was probably within that week. I am a huge Grey's Anatomy fan. And maybe it wasn't 10 years ago, because I do remember there was a character, his name was George, but he was already gone off the show. He had passed away on the show. And so it was a new episode that I was watching, and be darned if they didn't start talking memories about George. So it's like, well, there we go. That was my confirmation, because it just came out of the blue that they had these memories of George. So I knew then that was my guardian angel, was letting me know that was in fact his name. So yeah, so that's kind of how the signs and symbols work. You really have to pay attention, and there's no coincidences. That's what we need to remember. There are no coincidences. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah. Yeah. And I know for my first time too, as I said, I was, a later bloomer. So, I questioned, it's like, oh, is this right? Is this right? So, I want our listeners to know, to just trust. And, you can always re-listen to this, to that little meditation, or do it on your own. And, just each time get to know, ask your guardian angel more questions and get to know them. Yeah. And mine, so funny that one of yours, his name's George. Well, I have Charlie.
Okay.
Like, but I love it, because I think, he makes me laugh. Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. And I love being able to call in him.
Yeah, and talk to them. Just talk to them anytime, in your head, out loud, whatever works for you. You could be walking and you feel like talking out loud, or you're talking in your head. Write them letters. They're listening in all avenues. They are listening, and they just really want to support and assist you. But like we always say, unless asked, they won't intervene, unless it's a life-threatening situation and it's not your time. That's the only time the angels will intervene. Otherwise, no, without permission, they don't.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And they want to help. And they're, I think about, I always offer my angels gratitude, but my teaching is that they're there anyway, whether we remember to thank them or not. They are there for us regardless. So, yeah, it's just. And our guardian angels are just ours. They're just ours. We don't have to share them with anybody.
Right.
Although having said that, the archangels, most of the angels can be with 1 million people at one time, but no, our guardian angels are just for us. Our guardian spirits, they can only be with one person at a time, but they can move. So like my grandmother could be one of my guardian spirits. I haven't tried to connect, so I don't know, but she could be. So when I need her, she could be there offering me more support in the background, and I'm not even aware. And then when one of my sisters needs support, she could move on to them. And so they can only be with one person at a time. And same with guardian spirits, but guardian angels, they're never leaving you. They're with you. There's lots around. Nobody's lacking. If you've got 10, you're not taking away from another person. You need 10 for whatever reason, they're there for you and they will stay with you. So
right. Isn't that nice? And I think, again, thank you for the reminder, right? To remember to ask. And I think sometimes, well, I know I need that reminder because I forget sometimes, right? And it's, like ask for a parking spot, ask for, I think if you're asking all the time, like, if you need a little more money to come in, well, ask your guardian angels, right? To help you find a way to do that, or whatever it is, right? If you're trying to find a new dress or whatever, right?
I ask all the time, like I'm so competitive dance costumes. So I get in a rush and I get in a hurry and I got to get going and I got to get this done. And I'll even say, please allow there to be enough bobbin in here so I don't have to rethread before I'm finished this outfit. Like the silliest things, but I do. It's very helpful if they help me and it works. Yeah. And parking. Yes, I often find parking after I've asked. Somebody's leaving as I'm coming in. Yeah.
Yeah. But we have to ask, right? Yeah, that's the thing. Remember that. Yeah. But knowing that you have your very own guardian angels, that then it takes away the guilt that you're asking for too much. I mean, right. That's why they're hanging around, as you said, they want to help. Mm-hmm.
And I'd love for our listeners, as you do this meditation, to reach out for us. Just pop us a little message or an email and let us know what your experience is and what you've learned. And we would love to hear about it for sure.
I'd love to hear some of the other names.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, before we go to break, I just wanted to share, I actually pulled a card for us before we started the show, and it's, I am a child.
Oh, I love that.
A little fairy, for those who are just listening, a beautiful little fairy, and she's actually holding like an ornament of a fairy in her hand, and there's little, mushrooms around her, and a little fox. But what's coming to me is just a reminder for all our listeners to remember that little girl or little boy inside, right? That little child, take them out to play and have fun. So often we get so busy and go all the time. And I think it's so important to just take time and, be playful, like, blow bubbles or go skipping down the street or, doing something silly, and just be playful and remember that little one inside of you. So, all right. So I think we're just about ready for break. And just a reminder to our listeners that after the break, Deb and I will be doing live angel card readings. And so you can call in to get a reading. The number is 1-800-930-2819, or you can put your name and location in the comments or the chat on the social media platforms, and our amazing producer Jessica will pass that information on to us and we can do a reading. Or if you have a question, you can ask that as well. So we'll see you in a couple minutes. Welcome back, everyone, to the Angel Empowerment Show on Transformation Talk Radio. I'm Nola Peacock, and I'm here with Deb Weinberger. And in the second half of our show, we're doing angel card readings or answering questions. Very excited about that. I always love this part. So we have Karina from California on the phone.
Yes, we do. Karina, you are live on the Angel Empowerment Show.
Hi. I do have a question.
Okay.
I did connect with my my angel.
Yes.
My question is in regards to the spirit guides of a dead family member. Basically, my husband's mother. Basically, she never wanted us to be together, and she did die. And I have a feeling that she might still be around and be interfering with our energy. And how do I deal with that? And is there a way to, get rid of her, or is that even possible?
Yes, it is. I think it's probably something that you need a little bit more support with. So Deb or I would be happy to help you with that if you wanted to reach out to us, and we could, set up a call and do some work with you to do that, to help to clear that energy. Yeah.
Is that like a permanent clearance? Like forever and ever?
Not to get rid of her, but just to help to clear that negative energy. And because
okay, so now, is this even happening, or is this just my imagination? Maybe I can get readings on that, or what is the energy behind what I'm even saying? Maybe perhaps it's not even true. Okay. I don't know.
Well, obviously, I think you're picking up on something, right? Like, because that's the thing. We often feel something and then we want to brush it off. So there's something, and it may just be that you need to.
Yeah, maybe my angels can communicate with me on that area. What is it even? Is it even worth it? Should I even continue with him, or just let him go and be with his mother?
Okay. Well, Deb, I know you were shuffling.
That sounds like a loaded question. His mother's passed on. Should I let him go and be with his mother? While you were speaking, Karina, I was really getting the sense that there is some cords that need to be cut or changed. When we have interactions with other people, especially in the physical, here on Earth, we do have etheric cords that can be attached, and particularly when there's negative interactions, that residue energy can stay in that cord even once they've passed on. So doing some clearing work, to clear that, so that you're unattaching that energy, so that residue negative energy. So she may not be around trying to cause, and I don't know if she is or isn't, but she may not be. It could be just the leftover energy that is affecting you. The other thing is there would be a cord also that would be attached to you and your husband, especially if you had problems while she was here on Earth. If she was creating problems between you, those cords would also need to be cleared. And the other thing that you'd probably benefit from is shielding and clearing your aura, so that you are protected from that kind of energy. So these are things that absolutely a practitioner can help you with. Anybody who does energy work can help you with. If you've got somebody there that, or you could call any of us here, we can absolutely help you with that. But I'm getting more that it's a cord thing, not that she's
me too
there haunting you per se. But yeah, and if she is stuck here, that would be, a medium may once all that's done and you're still sensing that there's something else, you may need a medium involved to help her cross over. But I was getting more, your angels were telling me right now it's the cord and the protection and the clearing.
Yeah. And that's what I was getting as well.
Yes, because I did, it's a cord, just cutting the cord. It's not really her physically like being,
right.
It's more of a cord, cutting the cord. Because I did ask Archangel Michael to help with that, to deliver us from all that.
Yeah. So the thing that's interesting with energy cords that they sometimes need to be cut more than once. And that is absolutely something that you can do on your own. Because when you are confronted with something else to deal with your late mother-in-law, it could reattach that cord again. But you have the ability to ask Archangel Michael to sever the cord or change the energy in the cord. But the other thing that's important is to ask Archangel Raphael to bring in the healing energy on both ends. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too.
Yeah.
Archangel Raphael.
Yes.
Okay. Do the angel cards have any message?
Well, I've been shuffling while you were. I've got one right here. So I'm doing the Whispers of the Ocean deck. It's a fun little deck. And it says, rediscover your zeal. Pay attention to the passion you are feeling for discovery, learning, exploration, spirituality, travel, your work, and your relationship. I'm getting that this is more about your relationship. Passion and desire go together, especially as inspiration. The angels really want you to look at your relationship in not picking it apart, but look at your relationship and what's good in it. Pull on that energy while you are dealing with the negative energy you feel that's been left by your late mother-in-law. Just pulling on what's good about this relationship and what can we grow and heal that. Okay.
Okay. Very well. Okay. Thank you.
All right, Karina.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Karina.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Take care, Karina.
Bye. All right. So we have Amy from Kamloops. So I'll pull a card for Amy. Okay. And I'm using the Find Your Light deck. It says, I will encourage. There's this beautiful angel with these great big beautiful white wings, and the angel has her hand out, and there's like a little soldier with a sword that she's looking at. So what I'm getting, Amy, is the angels are encouraging you just to honor who you are and what your gifts that you're sharing with the world. And so they just want to encourage you to make sure that that you're doing that, and whether that's part of your career or just being with family and friends, just that you're sharing your wisdom and your gifts with others, and just feel confident that that's what you need to do. Yeah. Deb, do you want to add? You get anything?
I think that was a beautiful message for Amy. Perfect.
All right. Well, we have Emily from Washington. So
All right. So I'm going to use the Whispers of Ocean deck for Emily. I was going to use my new deck, but I'm just not as familiar. I have to play with a deck for a while, but then they become my friends. Yeah, my coworkers. Anyway, we were at Angel Day yesterday, Nola and I, so I gifted myself a new deck, which I usually do. Anyway, for those of you who can see, there's all kinds of yellow fish in here, beautiful yellow fish, surrounded by prosperity. Pay attention to being drawn to infinite nature of reality. That which exists outside is known beyond measure. The fish are really standing out. They're very, very yellow, which reminds me of citrine, which is the crystal of abundance. The message I'm getting for you, Emily, is really looking around and being open to receiving the abundance that's being offered you. And it's not all about the money. It is, but it isn't. It's also about the abundance of love, the abundance of support, the abundance of time that people want to offer you. In this picture, there's a turtle, and it's like the fish are going towards his hard shell, and all he needs to do is flip over where he's got his soft belly and let them in. So it's becoming a little bit vulnerable to allow people in. And working with your angels, they will be there with you. They will shield you. So even though you're feeling vulnerable, ask and they will help protect you, but allowing you to receive. I'm getting a real feeling at the heart center too. Sometimes, I don't know if I'm just getting that there's like a shell, like a turtle shell around your heart. It's time to flip that over and bear it a little bit and just allow that love and the gifts in. So, Nola, do you have anything to add to that for Emily?
That was beautiful. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Thank you. All right. So Sierra from Washington. Let's see what the angels have for Sierra. Okay. So for those that can see, it's I feel confident. And there's this beautiful woman. It looks like a mermaid, as there's fish swimming around her. She has these beautiful seashells in her hair, and there's also little fish swimming around there. So Sierra, I'm just getting that it's important for you to honor your self-worth and your confidence. And I'm getting that maybe there's something new that you want to try, or that you're just stepping into, and maybe feeling a little bit uneasy about that. And I just want you to, the angels want you to know that you've got this, that, you can stand in that knowing that, that you do know the things that you need to do, and that you are filled with great wisdom and compassion and love, I'm hearing. So whether it's, as I said, stepping into something new, or just whatever, but you've got this, is I keep hearing. So
as you were speaking, Nola, it was like I was being pulled to hold my head high. So it's like, hold your head high, stand tall, chin up, as my mother used to always say, and hands in there. Yeah, chin up.
Yeah. And and if you need a little support, just call in your angels, right? Yeah. They're there to support you. So all right. We have Cindy from Kananaskis.
Hi, Cindy. All right. I'm going to stick with the whispers of the ocean for Cindy. Single-mindedness. It's a whole, I don't know what kind of fish they are. They're long and skinny fish, and they're all going in the same direction. Choose your own path. What is best suited for you? What I'm getting from that for you, Cindy, is it's time to block out the people that say, this is what you should do, this is what you have to do, this is what you need to do. The angels really want you to tune into yourself, and it's, what would fill me up? What do I want to do? And also, what do I need to do? But what do you need to do for yourself, not for anyone else, and not what people think you should do or what you feel you should do. It's more, what can I do? What do I choose to do? So watch when you're saying words like, I should do this, or I really need to do this. Flip it around, and as I'm choosing to do this, or I can do this, or I want to do this. So think about that and go in that direction. So it's almost like get the blinders on, so that you are focused on your direction, and what you want to do, without the influence of people who are just trying to steer in a different direction. With love and support, I'm sure they are, but you can do what's right for you.
Right. Yeah. And I was hearing too, just checking in when you're making the decision to do something, and checking in, how does it feel, right? And if it's not feeling great, don't do it.
Perfect.
All right, we have Sarah from Airdrie. Let's see what the angels want Sarah to know tonight. Okay. So another beautiful card. I feel balanced.
Love it.
So again, a beautiful mermaid with long dark hair and roses on her head, like a beautiful crown. There's I think it's an angelfish, beautiful yellow angelfish, and she's holding a fan. So Sarah, I'm just getting the angels want you to know the importance of having balance in your life, between work and play. I'm getting that, it's probably needing to have a little more fun time and a little more, I'm hearing downtime, just, relaxing, doing things that really fill you up. I mean, as I'm again looking at this card, there's lots of bubbles in the water, and I just keep hearing, filling yourself up. So doing little things that nurture you. So it could be, simply watching a funny movie or having a special cup of tea. It doesn't have to be, like taking a big vacation, although you could if you want to. But just, doing things to fill yourself up and making sure that there is some balance, and listening to your heart again, not trying to please or do things for everybody else, but making sure that you're taking care of yourself. So, anything else to add, Deb?
Well, Sarah, I don't know if you're a mom of young children. I was kind of getting that vision. So it may be that kind of feeling if you aren't, in that you're being pulled in many, many different directions. Mm-hmm. And it's finding a way to, because there's responsibilities that you may not be able to delegate, but it's just finding a way of, once that is done, to be able to back away and say, I need to catch my breath. I need time for myself. When you're being pulled in many different directions, you need to refuel and remember, that's when your body's doing its most work. Sometimes when we're busy people, we have guilt when we go to that bubble bath, or we just go lay on the couch or whatever. But just remember, that's when your body's doing its busiest work to refill you up so that you can start again. So, and the mind too, it's needing that. So just know that when you are allowing your body to do its best work is when you are resting and sitting. And so the self-care, yes, absolutely. So important. Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right. We have Chantel from Airdrie.
Airdrie, all my Airdrie peeps. Not that I don't know any of these peeps, but I'm from Airdrie, so I'd love to meet you all. Anyway. All right, I'm gonna Whispers of the Ocean for Chantal. Be insightful and established. I just love all the colors in these cards. For those of you that are only listening and not watching, there's so many yellows. It's just imagine what the ocean would look like the corals, and so very colorful. Ground and rebalance your energy. Isn't that similar to the card that you just pulled for Sarah? Mm-hmm. Bring your awareness into the now rather than allowing it to occupy the past or the future. Being out of the now is what causes so much anxiety. So Chantal, the message the angels that is what really stuck out for me in this card for you is just remembering, where am I right now? What am I doing right now? Where am I choosing to be right now? Instead of worrying about, where have I been? What have I done? Where am I going? What do I need to do next? Yes, we have to have an idea of where we need to be tomorrow. We all have busy lives like that. But what they're meaning is just concentrate on where you are right at this moment. A beautiful practice is when you're feeling like you're overwhelmed with everything that needs to be done. So you're getting into a state of overwhelm. You're out of the now is what we call it. So to become present again, one of the things we teach it to our kids in our children's program, they stomp their feet. Where am I? I am here. So there's that. The other thing that's really helpful is breath. Take a breath. And if you can, and it's not always possible depending on where you are at the time that you're feeling this, is just closing your eyes and take a breath. And what do I hear? What do I feel? What do I taste? What do I see? Which each breath you're bringing in one of the senses, but you're bringing in one of the senses to right now. So try that. And if you're in a situation where there's no time to close your eyes and breathe, just take a breath and just think, okay, I'm breathing in from my crown all the way through to Mother Earth, and grounding is a tremendous, wonderful practice just to bring you right here, right now, when we get into a state of overwhelm. And remember, sometimes we just have to, I'm hearing allow the process. So I'm not sure what's happening in your life, but they are also wanting you to be very aware that there are processes that we go through when we're healing in particular, or when we're going through events. And they just want to make sure you're allowing the process, you're remembering to breathe, you're remembering to ground, and allow the angels in to assist, to help you whatever process it is that you're going through it with gentleness and ease. But breathe and ground.
Right.
Nola?
Well, I think it's, great reminder for all our listeners just to remember to breathe. I mean, just the other day with one of my young clients, we were just talking about, the different strategies that I've taught her. And I said, what's your favorite? What do you do most when you're stressed? And she said, breathe. So I teach kids square breathing, well, different kinds, but, the square breathing. And I know that, helps calm the nervous system, right? When we're taking those deep breaths, it tells our nervous system that we're safe. So that's a beautiful thing to do. But I love that, stomping our feet and just, I am here, right? So, I mean, simple things, but just, it's a reminder to do it. So, put on a sticky note on your mirror or a reminder in your phone to just, stop and take some deep breaths throughout the day even. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Love it.
All right. And we have Jessica from Washington. I'm going to pull a card for Jessica.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, got this one again. So I will encourage. So again, it's this beautiful angel. It's almost got like a rose branch for her crown. It's beautiful with 3 little roses. That I'm noticing that more this time. So, Jessica, I'm just getting that the angels really want you to know how much you're loved. And I hadn't seen this either. In her other hand is a dragon. So she has a soldier, a little soldier in one hand and a dragon sitting on the other. So just, I'm getting that you are creating magic, Jessica, or that, so to take time, I'm getting that you've got a creative side. Make sure that you're taking time to nurture that and do the things that you really love to do and that fill you up. And the angels, I know it says I will encourage, but I'm getting that the angels are encouraging you to do more of the things that you absolutely love to do. Mm-hmm.
I love that message. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we're almost out of time already. So Deb, is there anything else that you want to share with our listeners before we?
No, I just once you've connected with your guardian angel, just remember they're always there for you, whether you connect with them or not. They're there to support you. And Nola and I would love to hear if you connected and what their name is or what your experience was like. And so reach out to us. That would be wonderful. And if you were having trouble connecting, listen to the meditation again or reach out to one of us and we can assist you.
Yeah, that would be great. Mm-hmm. So just a reminder, Deb, how do people get in touch with you if they want to connect?
My website is where you can either message me or email me, onawinghealing.com. Or of course, Facebook by the same name and Instagram with all those underscores in between all the words.
Beautiful. Yes. Beautiful. And if people are wanting to get a hold of me, they can go to my website, which is nola-peacock.com. You can book a complimentary strategy session with me if you've got concerns about your kids or anything, or you can also go to my website if you're interested in the Honoring Our Sensitive Kids workshop. And as we said, the next one is coming up online on April 15th. And it's, for kids 6 to 12 to learn techniques to handle stress and things. So,
and I know we're almost done, but Nola and I always talk about the kids, but we work with adults too. we do. Working with adults too.
We do. Yes. And next week, Cindy and Sam are going to be here and talking about the Angel Empowerment Healing Program. So, which is, energy healing, but along with medical language that was written by a medical doctor. So both Deb and I do that as well, and absolutely love it. It's very powerful, and Deb has been doing it for me through my cancer journey. So, and I'm so grateful for that. So tune in next Monday at 7 p.m. Mountain Time and listen to what Cindy and Sam have to share. So again, thank you for listening, everyone. And we'll see you next week.
Have a great night.
Thank you for listening to the Angel Empowerment Show from I Can't to I Can with your host, Cindy Smith, and co-hosts Deb, Nola, and Sam. Learn to empower you with angelic guidance every Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com. It's easy to tap into your divine self and trust in your angelic guidance. Let Cindy and co-hosts give you a loving push to explore your potential. For more information, go to cindysmithaep.com. That's cindysmithaep.com.